In this lesson, we're going to continue discussing ebooks. If you'd like to follow along, go under the File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, scroll all the way down to a folder called 1700 EPUB folder, and select 1704 Tagging Styles for Export, and just click Open. Tagging. Does this mean I need to write some code? Absolutely not. In InDesign CS6, you can control the style of type in an EPUB or HTML export right in the paragraph style. Being that we're talking about type, why don't you switch to your typography workspace in the workspace pop-up at the top of the document window. And we're going to open the paragraph styles panel. And before we begin, let me scroll down to one of my section heads. I'm going to zoom in on the page a bit. We're going to start with the chapter headline, and I'm going to double click on the chapter headline to open the paragraph styles options and go to the very last section, which is export tagging. In order to match my headline style to a headline style in the EPUB or HTML file, I'm going to go under the options menu and choose one of these styles from the EPUB to match to. I'm going to choose H1. H1 is the largest headline in an EPUB. H2 is slightly smaller. H3 is slightly smaller than that, all the way down to H6, which might be for a subhead. So I'm going to choose H1. All I need to do is just click OK, and it's tagged. Why don't we apply the tags to all of the rest of the styles at once? If you go under the options menu of the paragraph styles panel and go all the way down to edit all export tags, you can apply your tags to all of your styles at once. Why don't we start with the top one, chapter covers. That's this right here. It describes what's in the chapter, and so it's much smaller. I'm going to apply an H3 in the pop-up menu. The next one is the table of contents covers. What I'm going to do with that is apply an H5, so that's really small. It's practically subhead size. Let me go to the next one, which is the main listings in the table of contents, and I'm going to apply an H3 to that. Then there's something called tip heading. Tip heading is the heading for each tip, like that. So I'm going to click down on that and apply an H2. So that's going to be big. Captions. Well, I don't want that to be a headline. I'm going to make that the same size as my paragraph text. So that's a P. I'm matching to a P. Let me scroll down to the next style. Tip copy, which is the copy for each tip, I'm going to make that also P. And then there's a couple of character styles. Bold, I'm going to apply something from the EPUB that's called strong. For italic, I'm going to apply a style called EM, which is for emphasis. I'm going to click OK. I've just tagged all of the styles in my document. We'll see how well we did when we export the EPUB at the end of the next lesson. In the next lesson, we will continue discussing ebooks.